Good afternoon, Liberty North. In case you haven't heard, rock legend David Bowie passed away last night at the age of 69 with cancer.
We hope he rests in peace. Today is January 11th, 2016. I'm Lindsay Downey.
And I'm Luke Cornell. Lindsay, how was your weekend?
My weekend was great. How about Friday night for you guys?
Yeah, it was a tough loss, but hopefully one we can rebound from and turn around and play tomorrow.
I say we got tomorrow. Hopefully we'll do good with that.
Yeah.
This week is in the R Word campaign this week with FCCLA, and we have a little guy named Nathan to tell you his story.
Well, my name's Nathan. I'm 25 years old. I'm with an organization called Immaculata Manor. They mainly support people with developmentally disabled disabilities, like Down syndrome, all kinds of different mental disabilities, and I've been with them for about 6 years now, so I'm pretty well known here.
That's not too
Well, me and a friend, we were playing with a gun, and I decided to quit, and so he put it up in his dad's truck, and then I went over to start working on my lawnmower, and he followed me over to my house, and he's like, I'm getting bored, so he said he was going to head home, so I was like, well, can you pick up a file at the end of the curb of my yard before you go home? And he didn't, so he went straight home, so I had to go down and pick it up. And when I bent over, I heard the gun shoot up in the air. So I stood up, and I looked across the street, and he cocked the gun again, and then next thing I know, he was pointing it at me, and then he pulled the trigger, and I was on my back. And I couldn't move anything but my head, because it instantly paralyzed me. The bullet went right through my chin and went straight back and nicked my spinal cord. And he ran over and looked down at me, and he instantly ran up to my mom's door, knocked on it. When she came to the door, he's like, Nathan got hurt. He didn't tell her what happened to me or anything. And so, you know, she went outside to check on me, and my little sister was standing right next to me when it happened, and she was 3 years old. And my mom saw her have my arm trying to help me up. When she let go, my arm just flopped to the ground. And my mom instantly knew something was wrong. And, well, the ambulance got there. Before the ambulance got there, I told my mom I was having trouble breathing. And so she rolled me over, and I coughed a bunch of blood because it was, like, filling up in my lungs. And next I knew, the ambulance got there, and then I blacked out, and they put me in and I woke up just for a few seconds, and I remember them putting me on a helicopter, and then they flew me to Children's Mercy, and then they ambulanced me from there to KU, and that's where I woke up in the hospital, where I couldn't move anything. I had my mouth wired shut. I had to have a breathing tube in my neck. I was on a ventilator. I had a feeding tube. My mouth was wired shut. And I couldn't move anything from my neck down.
Wow. What age was that?
I was 12 years old when this happened.
We will have the rest of Nathan's story for you guys later on Wednesday.
In other news, seniors Community Scholarship and Financial Aid Night is January 13th at 7 p.m. up here at Liberty North High School.
Congrats to Joe Berry for having his design selected by Ed Camp Liberty to be the event's official logo for 2016.
If you want to participate in track and field off-season conditioning, we'll have a meeting in the field house for a brief meeting today during Eagle Hour.
Talking about Liberty North sports, we have a little basketball video for you guys.
Basketball team who has been successful 6 years in a row is here to talk about the success they've had and how they will do that this season.
All about leadership basically comes from everybody, not just one single person.
The team feels like they get their success from having goals in the team, but not just personal goals.
My goals for team is to be the best teammate I can be.
The expectations are pretty high every year. I mean, coaches and the staff pretty much expect a high standard of play from us.
I think that they are hired because there's more of us, there's more experience than there were the past year.
Our goals is pretty much to reach our potential. Like, we know how good we can be, so we just want to get to that level.
Make sure to go to the next game to support your Liberty North students.
With basketball season in full swing now, we're really getting in the heat of stuff. We got sports reporter Lizzie Stark in the field house with today's sports report.
Thanks, Luke and Lindsay. As you can see, I'm not behind the desk. I thought I might switch it up a little. First thing in sports, both swim and dive and wrestling competed this past weekend and week. For starting off with wrestling, they took fourth in the team standings at North Kansas City. For individual standings, Taryn Richardson took fourth in the 285. First in the 285. Jamie Auburn took fourth in the 195. Levi Anderson took third in the 160. Cam Center took second in the 152. Colin T took first. Tate Cott took second. And Isaiah Center took fifth. Good job, boys. Swim and dive competed in the Northland Invite. They finished 7th out of 21 teams. Melissa Hagan got third in the 500 free and 8th in the 100 fly. Peyton Smith took 6th in diving. Sarah Popat took 7th in the breaststroke. Jocelyn Elin took 13th in the 500 free. Jessica Elin took 16th in the 200 IM. In addition, the medley Riley placed 8th, which was Adams, Madeline Seaver, Hagan, and Ashlyn Pope. The 200 free also placed 8th, which was Adams, Jessica Elin, Hagan, and Pope. 400 free placed 9th, which was Sarah Philpott, Emily Philpott, Jessica Elin, and Jocelyn Elin. Good job, ladies. Both basketball teams played at Friday at Kearney for the Coaches vs. Cancer games. But unfortunately, they both lost. But I want to thank everyone who was able to come out and support the team and support the cause. The teams were able to raise $19,000 for Coaches vs. Cancer. As you can tell, the field house is quiet right now, but at 7 o'clock tomorrow night at Tuesday, this place is going to be loud and packed because the boys will take on the North Kansas City Hornets. You can watch the game at northnationmedia.com. Now back to you guys at the front.
Thank you, Lizzie, for that sports report live from the field house.
Be sure to come out and support your basketball boys tomorrow night in the LN Fieldhouse. Until Wednesday, we will catch you on the north side.